Imagine waking up one morning and deciding to make your daughter's dream of being a princess come true, not through games or pretend, but by actually founding a real country. That's exactly what Jeremiah Heaton did when he discovered an 800 square mile patch of unclaimed desert between Egypt and Sudan, planted a flag, and declared himself king of what he named the Kingdom of North Sudan. While many dismissed this as a father's elaborate fantasy, what happened next sparked an international diplomatic crisis and revealed a fascinating loophole in how modern nations are created, and the consequences would ripple through global politics in ways no one could have predicted. Jeremiah Heaton, a farmer from Virginia, never thought he'd be embroiled in international intrigue. His life was simple, revolving around the rhythms of the seasons and the demands of his farm. He was a man content with the quiet, predictable life of rural America. He never imagined navigating the complexities of international law, poring over dense legal texts and obscure treaties. The world of diplomacy and international relations was as foreign to him as the distant lands he would soon find himself exploring. Facing down seasoned diplomats with their polished manners and intricate strategies was a challenge he never foresaw. Yet, he found himself in the midst of high-stakes negotiations, driven by a promise that transcended the ordinary. But then again, he never thought he'd be a king. The idea was as fantastical as the fairy tales his daughter loved, yet it was a role he would embrace with all the seriousness and dedication of a true monarch. It all began with a promise, a simple yet profound vow made in the quiet moments of a father's love for his daughter, Emily. A promise that would set him on a path he could never have anticipated. A father's love for his daughter, Emily, was the catalyst. It was a love that saw no boundaries, a love that would move mountains and cross deserts. Emily's dreams were his dreams, and he would stop at nothing to make them a reality. She yearned for the fairy tales of her storybooks, the enchanting worlds where anything was possible. Her eyes sparkled with the dreams of castles and kingdoms, of knights and princesses. To embody the grace and power of a true princess was her deepest wish. She would twirl in her princess dress, lost in the magic of her imagination, believing in the possibility of her dreams. Jeremiah, a man of simple means and even simpler dreams, found himself deeply moved by his daughter's innocent longing. His life had been straightforward, but Emily's dreams opened his eyes to a world of possibilities. He was struck by the depth of his daughter's wish. It wasn't just a child's fancy, it was a heartfelt desire that resonated with him on a profound level. He saw in her eyes a longing for something more, something beyond their Virginia farm. He saw in her eyes a longing for something more, a world beyond their Virginia farm. It was a longing that spoke to the universal human desire for adventure, for something greater than the everyday. A world beyond their Virginia farm, where the horizon stretched out with endless possibilities. It was a world that Jeremiah was determined to bring to life for his daughter. He vowed there and then to make her a princess. It was a promise made with the full weight of a father's love and determination. Little did he know that this promise would take him on a journey across continents, to the heart of an unclaimed desert, and into the annals of international law. Little did he know that this promise would take him on a journey across continents, to the heart of an unclaimed desert, and into the annals of international law. It was a journey that would test his resolve and challenge his understanding of the world. To the heart of an unclaimed desert, a place as barren and desolate as it was full of potential. It was here that Jeremiah would stake his claim, driven by the promise he made to his daughter, and into the annals of international law, where he would navigate the intricate and often bewildering world of treaties and territorial claims. It was a world far removed from the simplicity of his farm, yet one he would master for the sake of his daughter. The world saw a man chasing a child's fantasy. Headlines and news reports painted him as a dreamer, a man on a quixotic quest. But what they didn't see was the love that fueled his journey, the lengths a father would go to for his daughter's happiness. What they didn't see was the love that fueled his journey, the lengths a father would go to for his daughter's happiness. It was a love that transcended the ordinary, a love that would move mountains and cross deserts. The lengths a father would go to for his daughter's happiness. This wasn't about crowns and castles. It was about showing Emily that even the most fantastical dreams could be within reach. It was about teaching her the power of believing in something bigger than yourself. This wasn't about crowns and castles. It was about showing Emily that even the most fantastical dreams could be within reach. It was about teaching her the power of believing in something bigger than yourself. It was about instilling in her the belief that with determination and love, anything is possible. It was about showing Emily that even the most fantastical dreams could be within reach. It was about teaching her the power of believing in something bigger than yourself. It was about inspiring her to reach for the stars, to dream big and to never let go of those dreams. It was about teaching her the power of believing in something bigger than yourself. It was about showing her that with love and determination, even the most impossible dreams can come true. It was about giving her the courage to believe in herself and her dreams. This was never meant to be a story about land grabs or political maneuvering. It was, at its heart, a love story, a testament to the enduring bond between a father and his daughter. It was a story about the power of love and the lengths we go to for those we care about. It was, at its heart, a love story, a testament to the enduring bond between a father and his daughter. It was a story about the power of love and the lengths we go to for those we care about. It was a story about the dreams we weave for our children and the lengths we go to see them come true. It was a testament to the dreams we weave for our children and the lengths we go to see them come true. It was a story about hope, about love, and about the power of dreams. It was a story that would inspire generations to come, and the lengths we go to see them come true. This is the story of Jeremiah Heaton, a father who dared to dream, and the kingdom he built out of love for his daughter. It is a story that reminds us all of the power of love and the magic of dreams. Jeremiah's quest led him to the unlikeliest of places, a land so remote and desolate that it seemed to exist outside the bounds of time itself. Bir Tawil, an 800 square mile sliver of desert, lay untouched and unclaimed, a no-man's land that few had ever heard of. Wedged between Egypt and Sudan, it was a place forgotten by time, a barren stretch of land that seemed to defy the very concept of ownership. Forsaken by man, this desolate expanse of sand and scrub lay under a relentless sun, its harsh beauty masking the challenges it held. Bir Tawil was a cartographic anomaly, a piece of land unclaimed by either of its neighbours, a quirk of colonial-era border agreements. This unclaimed land, a political no-man's land known in legal terms as terra nullius, stood as a testament to the arbitrary nature of borders. Terra nullius, a term that means land belonging to no one, perfectly described Bir Tawil, a place where the modern world had no claim. Here was a place untouched by the modern world, a blank canvas on which Jeremiah could paint his daughter's dream, free from the constraints of existing nations. Jeremiah saw in Bir Tawil not just a desolate wasteland, but a land of potential, a place where dreams could take root and grow. Here, amidst the whispering sands and the star-dusted night sky, the kingdom of North Sudan would be born. The journey was fraught with challenges, but the promise of a new beginning kept Jeremiah moving forward. Establishing a kingdom in such a harsh environment was no easy task. The desert was unforgiving, its beauty masking a harsh reality of scorching heat and unforgiving terrain. The beauty of the desert was deceptive, hiding the true challenges that lay beneath its surface. The scorching heat and rugged terrain tested Jeremiah's resolve at every turn. Yet, with each step deeper into the desert, Jeremiah felt a growing sense of purpose. The land itself seemed to whisper a promise, a silent pact between man and nature. As he walked deeper into the heart of Bir Tawil, Jeremiah felt a connection to the land, a bond that transcended the physical challenges he faced. The whispers of the desert spoke of a future where dreams could become reality, where a forgotten corner of the world could become a beacon of hope. This silent pact between man and nature was a promise of transformation, a testament to the power of dreams and the resilience of the human spirit. This forgotten corner of the world, dismissed by maps and ignored by nations, would become a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of dreams. In the heart of the desert, where the sands whispered secrets and the stars painted dreams, Jeremiah's vision of the kingdom of North Sudan would rise, a testament to the enduring power of hope and the unyielding spirit of those who dare to dream. On June 16, 2014, a simple ceremony unfolded under the unforgiving desert sun. Jeremiah Heaton, with Emily by his side, planted a flag, a simple blue banner emblazoned with a crown and 4 stars, into the parched earth. In that moment, the Kingdom of North Sudan was born. It was a declaration as audacious as it was improbable. News of Heaton's claim, spread by word of mouth and the ever-present eye of social media, reached the outside world. What began as a personal quest, a father's love letter to his daughter, was thrust onto the world stage. The reaction was swift and divided. Some scoffed, dismissing it as a publicity stunt, a whimsical act of folly. Others saw it as a romantic gesture, a testament to the enduring power of dreams. But beneath the surface of amusement and skepticism lay a more complex reality. a world governed by laws and treaties, where the creation of a nation was not merely a matter of planting a flag in the sand. News of the Kingdom of North Sudan spread like wildfire across the internet. What started as a small, almost whimsical claim by Jeremiah Heaton quickly captured the imagination of people worldwide. Social media platforms buzzed with discussions, debates, and memes about this self-proclaimed kingdom. Hashtags like North Sudan and Flag in the Desert trended for days, drawing in curious onlookers and passionate commentators alike. The digital age had found its latest fascination, and it was a story that seemed stranger than fiction. What began as a local curiosity quickly became an international sensation. News channels from every corner of the globe picked up the story, each adding their own spin. Some portrayed Heaton as a modern-day adventurer, while others questioned the legality and ethics of his actions. The story transcended borders, languages, and cultures, becoming a global talking point. Families discussed it over dinner, and friends debated it in cafes. The Kingdom of North Sudan had become a household name. Media outlets around the world clamoured for interviews with this modern-day frontiersman. Jeremiah Heaton found himself at the centre of a media storm, fielding questions from journalists eager to understand his motivations and plans. Press conferences were held, interviews were broadcast, and Heaton's face became a familiar sight on television screens and news websites. He spoke passionately about his dream of creating a new nation, one that would be a beacon of hope and opportunity. His words resonated with some, while others remained sceptical. Some saw Heaton as an eccentric dreamer, a Don Quixote tilting at windmills of international law. They laughed at the absurdity of his quest, comparing him to the fictional character who fought imaginary giants. To them, Heaton's claim was nothing more than a fanciful delusion, a misguided attempt to play king in a world that had long since moved past such notions. Yet, even as they mocked, they couldn't help but be intrigued by the audacity of his vision. Others viewed him with suspicion, questioning his motives and the legitimacy of his claim. Was Heaton a visionary or a charlatan? Was his kingdom a genuine attempt at nation-building or a publicity stunt? Critics scrutinized his background, his intentions, and the potential implications of his actions. Legal experts debated the validity of his claim, while political analysts pondered the possible consequences. The skepticism was palpable, and the questions were many. Governments, ever wary of challenges to the established world order, watched with a mixture of amusement and concern. Diplomatic circles buzzed with discussions about the implications of Heaton's claim. Could an individual really declare a new nation in the 21st century? What precedent would this set? While some officials dismissed the Kingdom of North Sudan as a harmless oddity, others took it more seriously, considering the potential geopolitical ramifications. The world of international relations had a new, unexpected topic to contend with. Egypt, on whose border the newly proclaimed kingdom sat, maintained a stony silence. The Egyptian government, already dealing with its own complex political landscape, chose not to officially acknowledge Heaton's claim. Their silence spoke volumes, reflecting a cautious approach to a situation that was as unprecedented as it was bizarre. The border region, already a point of contention, now had an added layer of complexity. Sudan, still grappling with internal strife, dismissed it as a farce. The Sudanese government, dealing with ongoing conflicts and political instability, had little patience for what they saw as a distraction. Official statements from Khartoum were dismissive, labelling Heaton's claim as illegitimate and irrelevant. For a nation facing real and pressing challenges, the idea of a new kingdom on their border was not just laughable, but also an unwelcome complicate crocorius unwaits. But the whispers went beyond the halls of power. In marketplaces, cafes and homes around the world, people talked about the Kingdom of North Sudan. The story had captured the public's imagination, sparking conversations about sovereignty, identity, and the nature of nationhood. It was a topic that resonated on a deeply human level, touching on themes of dreams, ambition, and the desire to make a mark on the world. Across the globe, people debated the merits of Heaton's claim. Was it a bold statement about the power of individual agency, or a naive and misguided venture? Opinions were divided, with some praising Heaton's courage and others condemning his audacity. The debates were passionate, reflecting the diverse perspectives and values of a global audience. In town halls, classrooms, and online forums, the Kingdom of North Sudan became a symbol of larger questions about the world we live in. The very notion of an individual, armed with nothing more than a flag and a dream, challenging the established order, struck a chord. It was a story that spoke to the power of human aspiration and the enduring allure of adventure. Heaton's actions, whether seen as foolish or inspiring, reminded people of the capacity for boldness and imagination in a world often constrained by rules and conventions. It was a reminder that sometimes The most extraordinary stories come from the most unexpected places. The kingdom of North Sudan, however improbable, had become a Rorschach test, reflecting back a world grappling with questions of sovereignty, identity, and the very meaning of nationhood. It was a mirror held up to society, revealing the hopes, fears, and aspirations of people everywhere. In the end, the story of Jeremiah Heaton and his desert kingdom was not just about a man and his dream, but about the world and its endless capacity for wonder and debate.